Hi everybody, I'm Rebecca.
And I'm Shannon.
And we're so excited to be here to share the very first release of 2020 for Waffle Flower.
We have a lot of fun samples to share, so let's get started.
Our floral bundle this month includes this beautiful large floral stamp set, matching die or combo illustrated by Karla Jodoin.
We also have some beautiful Love You sentiments to go with the florals, including a Love You stamp set and a Love You word die. I love this floral stamp sets. So many beautiful little details, really fun to color.
I really love how extra large this bouquet is. It seems like 5x7 cards are getting really popular again, and this is just a great large bouquet to sit on a card.
Really fills the space.
So let's take a look at some samples.
Elise took full advantage of this big stamp and created a 5x7 card.
The beautiful details in this stamp set do not even require coloring. I love how Galena stamped in one color or heat embossed on a colorful cardstock background.
I also love how Mindy used her heat embossing and then colored over the images, a nice option as well.
These stamps really lend themselves to no-line coloring too, and I absolutely adore how Natalia used pencils to color hers.
I also did some no-line coloring. I used my watercolors to color these flowers in, and then I paired it with a blended background.
I love all the colors that Kiwi used on her card, and I love how she cut the large bouquet in half and was able to use half at the top and half at the bottom.
I love how Mindy used the florals for a background, and she used the new Oversized Love word die as well.
Speaking of the Oversized Love word die, here it is. Cuts out a beautiful large script Love and You, and there's a stamp set. Also has that large Love and You with a bunch of sub-sentiments that are really, really cute. Everything from 2 pieces, Just Because, I Will Always, and you can get both of these in a combo set together. This is a new addition to the Oversized word die series. You can apply the same techniques that the design team used on the following samples with our other oversized word dies and sentiments.
Okay, so let's take a look at some samples.
I love how Galena used some ombre stamping, and that background, we're going to talk about that panel die later.
Natalia paired the Oversized Love word die with a gorgeous galaxy background.
I loved all the little sub-sentiments, so I paired a bunch of them with the Oversized Love word die.
I love how Galena's framing really shows off the die cut.
I love Elise's card because she did some beautiful ink blending and then added some glossy accents on top.
The large scale of this die cut allows you to treat it as a canvas. I love how Elise used pattern paper.
And Alex used inks and blended a beautiful ombre background.
Galena die cut the word die out of a watercolor panel.
You can also cut your word die out of specialty cardstock like Kiwi did here.
I love how this Oversized Love word die fills the space, and it's so easy to just add a shadow just by doubling it up, and it just pairs beautifully with the nice linear sub-sentiments.
JJ used the Blossom stamp set as a background and paired it with the Love You word die on top, and I love her white shadow that she added. So that's everything that's in our January 2020 floral bundle, the Blossoms combo
and the Oversized Love combo. Special Delivery is a layering stamp set which allows for a lot of fun stamping techniques.
The dies that come in the Special Delivery combo are the nesting postage die, and I love how it cuts out that postage edged look right for this large stamp here, but then you get all the other sizes as well. You can learn more about how to use this stamp set in the demo video linked in the description below. So let's take a look at some samples.
Look at this happy trio of cards that Galena made where she combined the stamp set and the die together.
You can use the smaller dies from the die set to create a postage stamp window look for a shaker card. Or you can layer them on top of each other and use that Oversized Love word die from the Floral Bundle.
Here Mindy created her own little postage stamp using the layering stamps on their own. Really great use of them.
I used the layering stamps and then added some pencil coloring effects for a little bit more detail.
I had so much fun with this layering stamp set. I basically used all the stamps from the set to create my postage stamp here. I used the main background and then filled in with the bird and the flowers and the leaves. I even used the sentiment included in the stamp set as well.
or create a totally different look like Elise did here using those little layering stamps on top of the Postage nesting die. The Love You Bunnies stamp set is so much fun because there are so many little accessories from hats to books to flowers and coffee cups that you can add to your little pair.
Let's take a look at some of these samples made with this really cute set.
There are so many different scenes that you can create with these bunnies, and I really love the little wedding scene that Kiwi created here.
Here, Elise made a cute little winter scene with these bunnies.
I used one of the Postage dies from the special delivery combo as my background, just hand drew some hearts with white gel pen for my sweet bunnies.
I love Natalia's bright colors, and it's so fun that it's a shaker card as well.
I love how the Sweet Scallops panel die cuts a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch panel with all these adorable scallops inside.
It even has a spot for your sentiment to go, and it debosses a frame around it, really sets it off.
I love how Alex made her rainbow with a fun blended background and then turned this card into a shaker with some clear beads.
I love Natalia's colorful inlay die cutting and how she popped up the sentiment.
I die cut several of the Sweet Scallops panel dies in white cardstock and then backed them with different colors of glitter paper.
For my Sweet Scallops card, I ink blended my die cut panel first, and then I turned into a shaker card.
Elise's card is so cool. She left the wells open from her layered Sweet Scallops die and filled it with glaze.
I love the versatility of full panel dies. Here I used the Sweet Scallop panel die and debossed the background, and I paired it with these sweet Love You Bunnies.
So that's everything in our January 2020 Whimsical Bundle, the special delivery combo,
The Love You Bunnies,
and the Sweet Scallops panel die.
and our last bundle is the Creative Bundle. First is this Fresh Rainbow Combo by JJ Bolton,
and the Hearts panel die.
The Hearts panel die is an A2 panel, so it's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and it cuts out this series or grid of little tiny hearts.
I love how there's a little stitched edge around the side too. The Hearts panel die was designed to work really well with the vertical stripes die, and you can see by using vertical stripes of different cardstock, you can create two-toned hearts.
JJ also used the stripes to create the two-toned hearts and paired her background with the cute bunny.
I backed the Hearts panel die with 3 different colors of cardstock to create a gradient and added the Oversized Love word die on top.
Here Natalia paired the Hearts panel die with an ink blended background and then popped up some of the hearts.
I love how Alex ink blended on top of the Hearts panel die and then turned it into a shaker card too.
I love Mindy's colorful inlay die cutting.
Or you can do a die cut inlay technique with the same color of cardstock like JJ did here. It creates such a simple but elegant background.
And here's why full panel dies are so much fun. Here Galena used the Hearts panel die to create a stencil and then ink blended and added some glittered paste on top.
Once you've created a stencil with the Hearts panel die, you can have lots of fun with it. Here, Mindy shifted her stencil to create that double heart look, and it's so pretty.
And here Elise really thought outside the box and used those little hearts, don't throw them away, and created this really cool heart background. This is the Fresh Rainbow Combo. Comes with the Fresh Rainbow panel die. I love how this creates a full panel rainbow, and you have this beautiful pierced border details as well.
The sentiment set is filled with positive messages from "this too shall pass" to "stay strong, it will get better," and they all fit inside this rectangle here. Let's take a look at some samples.
Mindy's die cut inlay really illustrates the beauty of this simple die.
I love how JJ added some clouds from our previously released rainbow panel die.
I used the Fresh Rainbow Combo to create the shaker card. I used the scenery die and contact paper to create a mask to make these clouds, ink blended the negatives, and then filled it with some sprinkles.
I love how Elise used white on the background and on the die cut, and then filled the wells with different colored sequins.
And I love Kiwi's take on the shaker card. She used color cardstock but filled her wells with the same colored confetti.
Instead of using different colors to create my rainbow on the inside of the die cut, I covered the actual rays on top with different colors of cardstock.
Similarly, Alex used our up and running enamel dots to color her rainbow rays.
But you don't have to use a rainbow at all. I love how Mindy used a galaxy background on her card.
Or how Natalia gave the die a flip to create this bold graphic card.
So that's our creative bundle for this month, including the Hearts panel die
and the Fresh Rainbow combo. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Don't forget you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, here on YouTube, and you can hit that bell button so that you can see all our new videos as soon as they come live.
See you next time.
Bye!